Hello. Have you ever heard the expression, the snowball effect? It's an English expression that is quite common, and it could be used in the context of a language learner. When someone is starting to learn a language right from the beginning, they start with a few vocabulary words, some very basic grammar. So they start really small. And as time goes on, they learn a little bit more. They slowly expand their vocabulary, and also they deepen their knowledge of grammar, which opens up more opportunities for conversation and communication. And they keep on doing this until they actually become quite advanced, to the point where their English capacities have grown and they are at that point quite fluent. And that's one example of where we're using the snowball effect. In today's video, I'll be providing you with 10 cold weather expressions that we use to describe situations. So to start with number one, what is the snowball effect? What exactly does it mean? Basically, it's when something starts off very small and slowly grows into something more important and something more significant. So, for example, a language learner starts at the very beginning when the snowball is very small. And as it rolls and gets larger, that equates to that person learning more and more of that second, third, or fourth, or whatever language, and expanding their vocabulary and their grammar and their fluency and their skills. So, for example, I can say, learning a language is a snowball effect. You start very small with limited abilities, but it slowly grows into something significant until that person becomes completely fluent in that language. So it's a snowball effect. Number two, a snowball's chance in hell. Now, I think we all know what hell is. Hell is the opposite of heaven. It's the opposite of paradise. So, for example, a lot of people believe that when you die, your soul goes either to heaven, or if you weren't a very good person, hell. And what is hell? Hell is where it's burning, it's hot. Hell is very hot. And so, if something has a snowball's chance in hell, there's no chance that something can happen. Because if you put a snowball in hell, what will happen to it? It's going to melt and it's going to disappear. So a snowball's chance in hell. For example, Tom is not a very good speller. He's not good at spelling words, but he's entering a spelling bee, a competition in spelling. But I can say, for example, there's a snowball's chance in hell that Tom is going to win this competition. Therefore, I think he is going to lose. There's a snowball's chance in hell that he wins this competition. Number three, cold turkey. Cold turkey. Basically, cold turkey means that one will stop something suddenly and abruptly. They will not stop this little by little or gradually, whatever it is that they're stopping. They will stop cold turkey. I'm not too sure where the expression comes from, because a turkey basically is a bird, and it's a large bird, a turkey. But the expression is that, cold turkey. So for example, let's say you smoke cigarettes and you would love to stop smoking. The best way, I think, for someone to stop smoking is simply to stop cold turkey. So one should stop buying cigarettes and stop smoking cold turkey from one day to the next. Cold turkey. Number 4, basically, is to leave someone out in the cold or to be left out in the cold. Out in the cold. When this happens, it means that a group of people or one person has been left out in the cold, in that they do not get the benefits or they do not get the information or the advantages of the main group of people. So an example is the workers, the part-time workers were left out in the cold during the negotiations between management and full-time staff, with the result that the part-time workers did not have a raise. Their salary remained the same and did not increase, while that of the full-time workers did. So the part-time workers were left out in the cold. And the next expression is similar to the one that came before. Basically, it's to freeze someone out. To freeze someone out. And what it means is to exclude or to shut someone out of a social circle or a networking circle. And basically that person is ignored, is not spoken to, and is not invited to take part of the group. So basically that's what it is, to freeze someone out. So for example, here we can say Adrian did not feel comfortable at school because the other students had frozen him out of the group. So he was basically excluded and had no friends. To freeze someone out. The next one we're going to do is the expression break the ice. To break the ice. When you break the ice, you initiate communication in a situation that is tense and uncomfortable. That situation is generally a social situation or networking or during a difficult meeting at work where you have some people and everyone is feeling a little bit uncomfortable or maybe unhappy about something. So you will break the ice by saying something or approaching somebody or talking about something that relaxes everybody and makes people feel a little bit more friendly towards you and less tense towards the situation. An example sentence here could be, at the beginning of a difficult meeting, it's useful to crack a joke in order to make everybody laugh a little bit and to break the ice. Number 7 is to put something on ice. To put something on ice. It means that you have a plan or a project that you are working on, but you decide to postpone it for later. So you put it off. You won't do it when you said or were planning to do it. You put it off for much later. So basically, an example could be the open house at the college was put on ice until after the students had all written their exams. So that open house that invites everybody to come to the college to see what it has to offer will not happen when we said it was going to happen. It's going to happen later. It was put on ice. Number 8, walking or skating on thin ice. Walking or skating. Skating is where you wear skates and you sort of slide on the ice. Walking or skating on thin ice. This is something you should avoid doing, both literally and figuratively. Because of course, what happens if you walk on thin ice, literally? Or if you skate on thin ice, what happens? The ice will crack or break under your weight, and then you will fall into freezing cold water. This is not what you want to happen. So when we're talking about a different type of context, if I say to someone, you are walking or you are skating on thin ice, it means that they are in a situation that is potentially very risky, very dangerous, or will have negative consequences. So for example, if you do not do what the doctor has asked you to do, you will be skating on thin ice. For example, if you smoke too much and the doctor would like you to quit cold turkey and you decide not to listen to your doctor, you could get very sick. Hence, you are skating on thin ice. Listen to your doctor. Number 9, cut no ice. It cuts no ice with me. What does that mean? It's when someone's situation or someone's status or a situation doesn't make a difference to me because it will not change my decision. So it cuts no ice with me. What you say or do, my decision remains the same. So an example is when someone, let's say, with very good connections in the company is trying to rush me to do a job that I need to do slowly and carefully, I can say to them, I don't really care who you are, and I don't care what your position is in the company and who your contacts are. It cuts no ice with me. I need to do my job at my own pace. To cut no ice. Number 10, the tip of the iceberg. Something is the tip of the iceberg. This is used when we're trying to explain that the situation that we can see or that we know about is just a small part of a much bigger issue underneath. So it's just the tip of the iceberg. And this comes from the fact that icebergs that you see in the ocean, in the frozen seas, they seem huge as they're jutting out of the water. But the fact is, in most cases, what you're seeing is just 10% of the iceberg. 90% of that iceberg is under the sea, under the water. You do not see it. So what you're seeing is literally just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more underneath. And we use that to describe a situation. An example could be the accountant's errors were just the tip of the iceberg. There were a lot more issues and so many more mistakes that we would need to deal with. So the tip of the iceberg. So there you have 10 idioms using cold weather expressions or cold conditions that you can use to describe situations in your life. Are there any that you think you could use right now? Try writing me a sentence including one of those idioms in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you haven't already done so, and you are interested in getting more content like this one, please subscribe and hit that notification button so that you will be notified when more similar content comes up. In the meantime, have a very good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.